Do you like finding out information about people? I do. Do you like organizing that information in a way that it makes sense for you? I do also. Well, this will help you for those of us that like to do that. This is called, we're looking at data charts. And in order to collect information, first you may have to take a survey. For some of these, because we're not in the class, I will give you some pretend data to fill in to make it a little bit easier for us. So looking at the directions on here, it says you can take a survey, which is when you ask the questions or go check out to collect information. To collect data, you can record the data with tally marks. Greg asked his classmates which lunch was their favorite. And so the name of this chart right here, this tally chart, is called favorite lunch because that's what he's trying to find out. And what he did was he put down the kinds of lunches on this side, and then he put down a tally mark for each person that said that that was their favorite lunch. Okay, the tally marks on the tally chart show the children's answers. Each tally mark stands for one child's choice. So we're looking at this tally chart right here. He put down for pizza, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 children who liked pizza. He put down sandwich, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children who like sandwiches. When you get to, when you're using tally marks and you're writing them in case you forgot from first grade, when you get to number 5, instead of keep going across, you do a backslash or you cross the 4 so that you know that you have 5. And that way it makes it a little bit easier to count large groups of numbers. So that's why this shows 6. This tally mark across the middle represents 1 and lets you know that we're at 5. There were 3 students who like salad, and then exactly 5 students that like pasta. We're going to use this as our reference in case we get confused about how to use or how to create a tally chart. Okay. Coming down here, it says take a survey, ask 10 classmates which pet is their favorite, use tally marks to show their choices. Well, we're not in class, but I'm going to give you some tallies to work with. If you've already completed this page, do not feel like in any way you have to go back and correct it. You can keep what you have as long as your information and the answers over here match what's on the tally chart here. You are a-okay, fine with me. So for this, I'm going to say, oh, how many students like cats? We're going to say 6. So I'm going to show you how to make 6 tallies, and you're going to draw it on your paper as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, when we get to 5, we cross it. 6. So we have 6 children that like cats. Dogs, well, I know there are a lot of dog lovers, so we'll say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, cross it here. 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't want to just draw 8 lines or 8 tallies across. You want to cross it at the 5th one. Fish, we'll go with 3 people with fish. And we will go with 4 for birds. Now we are ready to answer the questions because we have taken a survey, a mock survey, which is a pretend one. And now we can start answering questions 2 through 4. How many classmates chose dog? Thinking about what we just drew over here, how many classmates chose that they like a dog? Count the tallies, add it right here on the line next to classmates. This should be the easiest page that you complete. Number 3. Which pet did the fewest classmates choose? That means which one had the least amount of students, the one that didn't have as many students say that they like that pet. So we're going to look here and see which animal has the fewest tally marks next to it. Not bird, close. Bird has 4, but there's one that has even fewer. That's right, the fish. The fish has the fewest classmates. Select that one, so we're going to put fish on the line right here. Number 4, did more classmates choose cat or dog? So we come up here, we look at cat, we look at dog. Which one has more tally marks, cat or dog? That's correct. Dog has more tally marks. So we're going to write the word dog on the line. Now they want to know how many more students chose the dog over the cat. Well, we have to count the tally marks. So let's first count for the cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put 6 over here in case I forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 over here. How many more? Remember the words. How many more means we have to... I heard a few of you call it out. That's right, we have to subtract. So we have 8 minus 6. And that tells us how many more classmates like dogs versus cats. Fill in your answer right here. And let's go to the next page. Take a survey. Ask 10 classmates which indoor game is their favorite. Use tally marks to show their choices. Now the same thing, they did not give us tally marks, so I'm just going to draw some tally marks on here. You can copy what I draw, or if you preferred, you can draw your own. I'm just going to draw them on. I'm not going to tell you what the number of tally marks are this time because I want you to be able to count tallies on your own. That's a first grade skill. Okay, so we'll say board games versus card games, computer games versus puzzles. So remember, it has a title, favorite indoor games. And I'm thinking about what it was like when we had Free Time Friday. How many of you might have chose board games? Versus card games, computer games, and now puzzles. Now use what I've drawn or what you've drawn to answer the questions below. It's okay, remember, if you've used different questions, or different tally marks than what I have, as long as your answers correlate or match what's over here on that side. Okay? Now finish it up. Also make sure that you do fill in each section, telling how many classmates, which game did the most classmates choose, did more classmates choose a card game or a computer game. Remember, when you see the words how many more, that means that you are going to, that's right, you're going to subtract, not add. When you're subtracting, I noticed on a couple of your packets that you were putting the smaller number first. No, you put the bigger number first. You cannot take a smaller number, you cannot take a larger number away from a smaller number without dipping into the negative numbers. And we don't use negative numbers in second grade. So make sure the larger number goes first when you're subtracting. And number 10 is kind of like a trickier question. You really have to think. It's a higher order question. It says, how many classmates did not choose a board game or a puzzle? How many classmates did not choose a board game or a puzzle? So would I have to count who chose board game or puzzle? Think about it. What would you have to choose to figure out how many classmates did not choose a board game or a puzzle? Take your time and think it over, and then write your answer and explain how you know. I know because so I'll write that out. I know because tell me what you did. Tell me your steps. This is writing about your problem is a big part that a lot of you still struggle with. So make sure you think about it, you write about it, and you show me your answer either on the lines or in this little space right here. Okay. Thanks, friends. Finish the reteach page that comes with it. I'm not going to cover that one. This concludes math for today.